Hey everybody, it's time to hop aboard the Big Thunder Podcast. Wildest podcast in the wilderness. Yeehaw! And here's your hosts, Bo and Abby.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Big Thunder Podcast. I'm your host, Bo.
And I'm Abby.
Today we're going to be going over the latest news from the Disney and Universal parks. Plus we've got new trailers, casting announcements from Marvel, Star Wars, and more. So much news, mostly Star Wars.
And for all of us Disney foodies, we're going to play a trivia game about Disney food. And I'm pretty pumped for that.
Yep, let's get to it. So this week, Disney came out and announced a lot of release dates for upcoming projects. We're just going to run through these quick. They're all projects that they're mostly projects that I'm excited about, and I think you'll be pumped too. And some of these you may not even have known these were in development. So, October 10th, 2025, so that's next year, Tron Ares starring Jared Leto. So this is the third Tron movie.
Okay.
Will it incorporate Light Cycle Run? Only one way to find out.
If I'm a betting woman, I'm a bet yes.
All right, directed by Jon Favreau, coming out May 22nd, 2026. The Mandalorian and Grogu. So, if you're unfamiliar with this project, it's sort of the movie spinoff of the TV show The Mandalorian. Oh. They have yet to announce a fourth season of that show, so I'm a little nervous that this movie is taking place instead of a fourth season, because the way season 3 wrapped up, it sounded like there were going to be some cool things in store for Mando and Grogu coming up, and I would have liked to have seen more serialized, but being able to see these characters on the big screen will be pretty rad.
Cool.
All right, June 19th of 2026, Toy Story 5.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Toy Story 5?
I'm excited. I didn't need Toy Story 4. I really did not like Toy Story 4. I've heard that it's going to be about Andy having kids and like playing with the toys again. And if it's that, I'm pumped. If not, I don't know.
I wish Woody wasn't coming back. I feel like Woody and Bo had like a nice send-off. I feel like their story is good.
I think they had a send-off.
I think it was a perfect send-off for those characters.
I disagree. Broke my freaking heart.
I think it was a great ending for those characters. All right, live-action Moana has been bumped, probably because we're getting animated Moana. Mm-hmm. So the live-action Moana, so far only starring The Rock, is July 10th, 2026.
I thought you said it got bumped.
Got bumped to 2026.
Oh, so I thought it was like bumped as in we're not doing it
No,
anymore.
It was supposed to come out basically very close to when the animated movie is now coming out. But no, it got bumped to being 2026. And then, let's see, 2025, Marvel has 3 movies coming out. They only have 1 coming out this year. That's Deadpool and Wolverine. But they've got 3 coming out in 2025. That's Captain America Brave New World, starring Anthony Mackie as that, who was Falcon, is now Captain America. Harrison Ford's also in that as the President, probably the Red Hulk. Seth Rollins was supposed to be in it. He probably got cut.
Are they going to do like a tie-in to Air Force One when Harrison
Get off my plane!
Yeah, that'd be fun.
That would be fun.
Okay.
So he's playing the character Thunderbolt Ross, who was played by William Hurt in previous movies.
Oh, yeah.
I have a feeling they're going to... I'm willing to put money on it. That they will go... There will be some line where they're like, hey, you look different. And he'll be like, I shaved my mustache. I have a feeling that's what they're going to do.
Wait, did William Hurt die?
He did die.
That's sad.
That is why he's not playing the character. And then also in 2025 is The Fantastic Four. Now, I don't think you're a big Fantastic Four fan.
Does it have John Krasinski?
No.
Boo. I'm not
It's actually
interested.
Pedro Pascal is playing that character.
Oh, I like him.
Yeah. I loved The Fantastic Four growing up. The comics were ones I would try to purchase as much as possible. I would always go to the library and get the same like book that came out probably in the 70s. It was like a hardcover book, and it was like, this is the origin of the Fantastic Four. Mm-hmm. And then they had a pretty cool cartoon in the 90s that I really liked, but I feel like is one that maybe we shouldn't go back and watch because I don't think it probably aged well. Quality-wise, not like there's something in there they get canceled for.
Oh, okay.
And then 2026 gives us Avengers 5, which does not have a title anymore. It was called the Kang Dynasty, but I think they're moving away from Kang.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And then 2027 is Avengers 6, which is Avengers Secret Wars, which is when we're going to get probably
the kids?
a bit... Well, no, it's probably... Well, maybe, but a big multiversal crossover with, like, Hugh Jackman and Deadpool and probably Tobey Maguire. And
In 2027, though?
2020, yes. Avengers 6.
Okay.
Avengers Secret Wars. Sticking with Marvel and the Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer has been cast. It is going to an Emmy-winning actress from the show Ozark, Julia Garner. I don't believe is related to Jennifer Garner. I felt like that question was going to be coming real quick. To my knowledge, they're not related. Okay. This is an interesting take on the Silver Surfer because Silver Surfer is traditionally a male character. There has been precedent for female Silver Surfers in the comics, but it's kind of a surprise they would go with a female over a male actor for the Silver Surfer.
Okay.
Okay. Sticking with some entertainment, we're going to go into trailers. I know you're excited for another Star Wars show. Tales of the Empire. This is a sequel series to the anthology series Star Wars Tales of the Jedi. These were shorts that focused on, the first season had Ahsoka Tano, gave more of her backstory, and then what she did after the Clone Wars. And then the other one was Count Dooku, his fall to the dark side. This time we're going into characters Barriss Offee and Morgan Elsbeth. Barriss Offee is a character who was a former Jedi Padawan who did a bombing at the Jedi Temple and framed Ahsoka, and then we never heard from her again after she was taken away. So the fact that we're going to find out what happened to Barriss Offee is going to be pretty cool. Morgan Elsbeth is a character who has been in The Mandalorian and the Ahsoka TV show. She's one of the Night Sisters, which are essential. They're basically space witches. So yeah, I know you're pumped. We have a lot of Star Wars news this week. Buckle in. Okay. Thrawn is back. He's a big villain from Rebels and Ahsoka, voiced once again by Lars Mikkelsen, who voiced him in the show and played him in live action. Grievous is there, General Grievous. You remember him from Revenge of the Sith. He was a robot with a bunch of arms. He swung lightsabers. He got killed by Obi-Wan Kenobi. And then they teased Vader. Vader's going to be in this series. Awesome. May 4th release date.
Appropriate.
For obvious reasons.
Oh, is this why you're wearing your shirt?
Yeah, we have tons of Star Wars news. I own 3 Roosevelts. They're all Star Wars themed. Legitimately, here's one you might be excited about. We got the trailer for Descendants, The Rise of Red, the 4th Descendants movie.
Yeah, I have questions.
Red, daughter of the Queen of Hearts, and Chloe, daughter of Cinderella and King Charming, team up to travel in time with the White Rabbit's pocket watch and prevent a catastrophic coup of Aradan. Uma returns now. She's the principal. There's lots of other Disney Channel kids. Rita Ora is the Queen of Hearts. Higgins from Ted Lasso is playing Merlin. And are you sitting down? I don't know if you knew about this. We haven't talked about this. Playing Cinderella is Brandy. Because of that one time.
Well, she was Cinderella.
Exactly. So
she kicked off the live action, right? Or did Drew Barrymore?
I'm sure there have been many live action fairy tales.
The ones that count.
Sure.
Was it? I guess I don't know if it was Brandy or Drew Barrymore.
Yep.
Which one came first?
July 12th on Disney Plus. We're getting the new Descendants.
Clear my schedule.
All right, here's a new segment of the news I'm calling Bayou Watch. I feel like we would run down the bayou in slow motion. Bayou Watch, you get it. Okay, so because I feel like we're always talking about Tiana's Bayou Adventure, there's always new news. This week comes in the form of a new YouTube show on the Walt Disney Imagineering YouTube channel. We call it Imagineering, is the name of the show. That's a new series. As of recording, there's only been the first episode that's come out. That one's focusing on audio animatronics. In that short, we got closer looks at the animatronics for Tiana's Bayou Adventure. We got a great look at Tiana and how the Imagineers work with a wardrobe department to make sure all the clothes fit nicely and look good as the characters move. We also got very close look at Lou, the crocodile, without his skin on him. We saw his robot parts and how they use the computers to animate him.
I don't want to see any of that.
It was awesome. And the thing that blew my mind the most, the animatronic they have for Mama Odie is fantastic. It looks like it was a 2D character in the movie, and the fact that they were able to make this a full 3D real life looking character and have it look so closely to the animated drawing, it's breathtaking.
Yeah.
And that does it for this edition of Bayou Watch. We're going to stick with the parks now, though. Again, Big news day. Here comes more Star Wars. That's what everybody came here for. More Star Wars. if this pivots into just being a Star Wars show on the Big Thunder podcast.
Emotional support Mickey showed up.
I saw that. I was going to ask you about that later, your emotional support Mickey. So, stick around for emotional support Mickey. Okay. Disneyland is celebrating Season of the Force, April 5th to June 2nd. A lot of things are doing. Fire of the Rising Moons is a new version of Disneyland's nighttime show featuring iconic music from Star Wars. You can watch this from multiple viewing areas in Galaxy's Edge, including the Black Spire Spaceports, the TIE Echelon docking platform, the Speeder Garage. Also, your Magic Band might even interact with the show. Star Tours in both parks now is debuting new scenes from shows like Ahsoka and Andor and The Mandalorian, so you'll have new favorite characters like Ahsoka Tano, Din Djarin, Grogu, and Cassian Andor all being featured. We've already seen some clips of these going online. It also looks very cool because Disneyland gets all the cool stuff. They have the Hyperspace Mountain overlay. This is where the Space Mountain has Star Wars integrated into the ride, similar to how when we went to Mickey's Very Merry, it was Christmas themed. They get a cool Star Wars theme. Then, here's the thing that I'm most pumped about, that I have thought about buying a ticket to go to California just for. It's the Jabba the Hutt popcorn bucket. Along with many other Star Wars themed drinks and snacks for a limited time, that Jabba the Hutt popcorn bucket I am very jealous of. I want one. I've never been like a huge popcorn bucket fan, even though I've got one sitting behind me of Frankenstein. That's a teaser for an upcoming story. That's true. You have a Toy Story one, but man, do I want that Jabba the Hutt popcorn bucket. So new magic shots, and Sabine Wren is going to be walking around. Character I know you're familiar with because she's one of Lily's, our 12-year-old. Sabine is one of her top 3 favorite Star Wars characters. That's why we bought her that one hoodie for Christmas that looks like armor because of Sabine. Sure. Sabine from Rebels and the Ahsoka TV show, she'll be walking around. And that does it for Star Wars news. Now we get to what I think. What?
Can I do this one?
Yeah, go ahead and take that story.
Just because you've been talking a lot. Do you need like a second?
You should take the next story because you are such a big fan of this event.
Okay, Halloween Horror Nights tickets are on sale now. You will never feel more alive than when you're scared to death at Universal Orlando Halloween Horror Nights with 10 terrifying haunted houses, 5 scare zones, and more. This event is going to run select nights from August 30th to November 3rd, 2024. Tickets and packages are on sale now, starting from $82.99 plus tax per person. There is additional RIP tours, Express, Unmasking the Horror Tour, which is like a lights-on daytime tour of the houses where you can go behind the scenes. And certain ticket purchases come with 6 months of Peacock. In addition to that, Universal Studios Orlando has released a deal where if you stay, I think 2 nights is the minimum, 7 nights is the maximum, you can save up to $200. And if you want to learn more about that, you can go to minivacay.com/quote, ask about HHN tickets or this deal, and I will get back to you on that. So different HHN rumors are that the Ghostbusters are returning for the 40th anniversary of the first film. Will there be a house? Will there be a parade or show?
They haven't announced anything yet. These are just the rumors.
I would go for the Ghostbusters. Yeah. Only the Ghostbusters. Blinders on for literally everything else. Yeah, it's been 5 years since their last house, which was in 2019.
As you know, this is not the first time the Ghostbusters have been at the park. In the early 90s, they had their own show that was a regular part of the park. It was not like a special event. This was the Ghostbusters Spooktacular. It was in the park. It was a show that you could go and see. That ran for maybe 6 years. The Ghostbusters Spooktacular.
Where was it at?
I would imagine it was in like the New York section. I think they even had like the firehouse and everything. Now we're going to do a new section of the news I'm calling, Is This News? So, Disney had some pretty big announcements this week, other than we haven't talked about, to where a lot of people have been, it's got a lot of buzz, and then you kind of peel back a few layers and you're like, did they really say anything?
Yeah.
So
they're very good at that.
So there's 2 things I want to cover. I'm going to let you do most of the talking on this part because you're the expert. So here, Let's talk about the big Magic Kingdom expansion they've got going on.
Beyond Big Thunder Mountain. This is what you're talking about?
Yep, absolutely.
Yep. So a couple years ago, they announced a Blue Sky project, which, if you're unfamiliar, that is when Disney basically teases things that could, maybe, might happen, just to kind of, I think, feel how people like react to it. And one of them was announced, years ago, and it was this expansion beyond Big Thunder Mountain, and they teased a villains park, and people went crazy. And then the last time they talked about it, which was, I believe, last fall, they added in an Encanto and maybe a Coco area. And just this week, we got news that might be happening. It was like, so Disney Food Blog is a really great source of information, and they're like freaking Disney detectives, and they like pull permits. They like pull, no, they don't pull the permits, but they pull like what permits Disney has pulled.
Yeah, patents and things
and they
like that.
found out that there was like a permit to like start looking at like the sewage system beyond Big Thunder Mountain. And this has like sent everyone in a tizzy that this must be happening now. However, I'm super pumped. I would love a villains and a Coco and Encanto.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. But then, shall we move on to the news about Animal Kingdom and where I get confused about this?
Go ahead.
So, Animal Kingdom has a land called like Dino Land, Dinosaur Land, Dino Land USA. Thank you. And it's a bit tragic right now.
Yeah. Well, they lost one of their big rides, and like the conceit of it is like, look at this. It's a dinosaur themed pop up carnival like you'd find in the parking lots of your small town. But you go there and you're like, it kind of looks like something I'd find in a parking lot in my small town.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. And so they have officially announced, Disney has officially announced they're going to reimagine this area. But where I get confused is the rumors are Encanto, and if we're getting Encanto there, it'd be very weird that they would do the same thing.
Encantos,
yeah. So I'm not quite sure. And then they're going to retheme the dinosaur ride as the Indiana Jones ride. And they do have Disney Imagineers right now in Mexico that they talked about this week that are doing research for the new Dino Land area. Right. So I'm not really sure about if both would get Encanto. And do we want that? I love Encanto, but it's just like...
To me, it seems more of a Magic Kingdom than an Animal Kingdom. Like, I understand there are some animals in Encanto.
Yeah. I think it's just they're trying to tie it into that, like, Latin America, South America vibe, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I guess if it's like Animal Kingdom has Asia and Africa, if they're like one more, like, region.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that's where they're going with it. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
One more bit of, is this news? Disneyland announced an expansion. They are getting...
Avatar.
Yeah, biggest movie of all time, Avatar. So clearly there are people that watch it.
There are. Once.
Yeah. So,
Sorry.
it sounds like basically Disneyland's just getting the
Yeah.
Animal Kingdom stuff. I don't know if it's any like new.
They said it would be different, but like, okay. Is it cool? Yes. Like, if we're at Animal Kingdom, will I go to it? Yes. But like, where's my Beauty and the Beast ride?
Sure.
Where's Rapunzel?
Japan.
I know everything is in Japan or China, and like, we don't need two avatars. We just don't.
And that'll do it for the news.
I'm salty today. I'm like poo-pooing.
Do you want to do a new mini vacay ad, or do you just want to reuse the one from last time?
Reuse the one because I don't remember all the words.
Okay.
So today's episode is sponsored by Mini Vacay. Mini Vacay is a partner of Gateway to Magic Travel, doing business as Gateway Travel, an authorized Disney vacation planner and Disney earmarked agency. If you would like to learn about planning a Disney or Universal vacation, please reach out to us at minivacay.com/quote.
You and Liz, not me and you. I'm not part of Mini Vacay.
Yeah, not him.
I can't
He
help
just
you.
shows up.
I can't help you at all.
Also, Disney announced a new deal for the Disney Visa credit card holders that if you are taking a trip sometime this summer or this fall, you can message for exact dates. You get a free dining plan, which is a huge savings and incentive. So if you want to learn more about that, send us a message at MiniVacay.
On with the show. This week's game is called Second Opinions Disney Dining. They say one man's trash is another man's treasure. So, in the spirit of not yucking someone's yum, I'm going to be reading 5-star reviews from the worst rated Disney restaurants on Yelp. 1 table service and 1 quick service from each of the 4 Walt Disney World parks.
Okay.
You need to guess which establishment I'm talking about. Some of these will be easy, some of them will surprise you. Some of them are going to be hard. Some of these I've never heard of.
Okay. What do I get?
There are 8 total. You need to get 5 in order to win. If you lose, the next time we go, you have to eat at one of these.
And if I win...
Then you get to go to... We'll find one of the ones that's most liked. Okay, we're going to start off in Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
This is a table service.
Okay.
3.1.
Table service is... So in Disney, they break up dining by quick service, table service, signature dining, and then character meals are part of a table service. So table service is basically what you would think of a restaurant as. You make a reservation or you walk up and see if there's availability, but you have a server, you have you tip. It's like a sit-down experience. Okay.
Okay, this is from Trisha W. in Bradenton, Florida.
Okay.
This was rated 3.1 out of 5. Okay.
And this is at a notoriously bad restaurant?
The worst rated table service in Animal Kingdom.
Okay.
Okay. Again, some of these are easy. Some of these will be very hard.
Okay.
While leaving Animal Kingdom, being drained by the day's events, social drinks were required to help right our moods. Thank goodness we did. The 3 of us sat at the bar and ordered a delicious beverage each. Not even halfway through, we were all smiling and moods were uplifted. We enjoyed ourselves so much, a return visit the next day after the W&D 10K was made. Not even ashamed about it. The next morning, we were there for brunch. Bloody Marys and breakfast pizza was a great reward for finishing a 10K. If you get the breakfast pizza, add bacon. I am so glad I did. 5 stars.
Is it Rainforest Cafe?
It is Rainforest Cafe.
Okay.
All right. Singing in Animal Kingdom, this is a quick service.
Okay, quick service. Meaning you can mobile order and just walk up and get it or stand in line.
3.4. This was the review left by Lexi W. from San Diego, California. Okay, I live in Chicago. So, starting off strong.
Okay.
Okay, I live in Chicago, and I literally dream about this pizza all year long. I crave it. I want it. It's the best. The pepperoni pizza is just heavenly. The dough is nice and fluffy. The cheese melts instantly, and it just tastes so good. So definitely check it out if you're in AK.
So it's Pizzafari?
It is Pizzafari.
Okay.
Correct.
Someone from Chicago said they liked Pizzafari. I mean, I've only heard from Liz that she really enjoyed it, but most people rip on Disney pizza so hard.
Pizzafari was rated 3.4 out of 5.
Wow.
Is actually tied with Restaurantosaurus for the lowest rated.
Okay.
But Restaurantosaurus didn't have as good of a 5-star review.
Okay.
That was interesting in reading. All right, moving over to Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
This is a table service that was rated 3.3 out of 5. This is a review left by Curious K from Queens, New York. Again, some of these are going to be easier than others.
Okay.
Looking at the photos for this restaurant, I'm assuming there's not always the same characters here. When I went, I had Donald Duck, Daisy, Mickey, Minnie, and Goofy, all dressed in Halloween outfits. The food was just okay. Nothing really screamed out at me. I didn't like any of the desserts at all.
Shoot.
The best part about this was Donald Duck. He's so funny. He came over to my table and my boyfriend was on the phone. Donald Duck just kept making fun of him and telling him to hang up the phone. My boyfriend didn't. So then Donald Duck kicked my boyfriend out of the restaurant and took his chair and moved it all the way to the other side of the restaurant and replaced it with a wet floor sign. Then Donald Duck kissed my hand and told me to break up with him. I was hysterically laughing the entire time. Definitely something I will never forget. 5 stars.
And now I want to know if they broke up. Hollywood and Vine?
That is correct. Hollywood and Vine.
Because it's the only character dining at Hollywood Studios.
Yeah. So. Okay.
Didn't like any of the desserts. It's a buffet. There's like so many.
You didn't like, or the food.
Or the
food was okay.
And she only had a good time because Donald Duck kicked her boyfriend out.
5 stars.
Okay.
Okay. This quick service is rated 2.6 out of 5.
Okay.
There's an asterisk by it. I will tell you why once we're all done. This was left by Jeff T. from Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay.
This was a simple dining location. Burgers and fries, chicken nuggets, hot dogs, very near Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror. The thing that made it great was the cashier, Carter. For those of you who didn't see, I put Carter in quotes because Carter is quotes in the review.
Okay.
He is an amazing asset for Disney. He was so friendly, talking to all the guests, helping with suggestions about so many things, not just where he was working, but places all over the park. Every customer he came in contact was smiling/laughing because of Carter. I hope he finds a lifelong career at Disney. I hope someone sees this post and honors him. 5 stars.
Okay, so I know where it's at.
Yep.
I don't know what it's called.
Okay.
It's the little restaurant next to the the ice cream place.
Yep.
But I don't know what it's called.
That is Rosie's All-American Cafe.
Oh,
now,
okay.
Here's why it has an asterisk. Because this is technically the second lowest quick service at Hollywood Studios.
Okay.
The lowest with the 2.1 is Catalina Eddie's, which is right next door. They're right by each other. The reason we didn't do that is because Catalina Eddie's did not have a single 5-star review for me to read, nor did it have a 4-star review for me to read.
Is this the pizza place?
I think it's a fish place. I think it's seafood.
Oh, well.
So
We know about that.
yeah, that's a story for another podcast. All right, Magic Kingdom. This is going to be, I think, the hardest one because
Okay.
I had never heard of this place. Table service 2.9 from Kelly T from Wellington, Florida. I was not really sure what to expect here. I did not eat meat, so although my friends were excited about their meal, I was less so. It's a family-style Western place where they just bring out plates and bowls to the table. They had steamed vegetables provided, but they were in the middle of a giant plate stacked full of every kind of meat you could ever, or in my case, never want. The cornbread provided was disappointingly cold, but it did come with some kind of buttery, creamy stuff that I was told was very good. Also, we had mashed potatoes that were good. My friends asked the waitress if there were any other options for me, and she brought out a bowl of green beans and a stuffed bell pepper that I had to double check was not actual meat. It was okay, but I was impressed to see that there was an option. I would potentially return 5 stars.
Okay, so it's in Magic Kingdom.
Yes.
It's a family style. It's Western food, and it's a table service.
Yep.
So I'm thinking Adventureland or the Frontierland, but Liberty Square. I've never eaten at the Tortuga place, but that doesn't feel Western-y to me. Is it the Tortuga place?
It is not.
Okay. Pecos Bills is not. That's a quick service.
Mm-hmm.
That's like tacos and stuff. I'm like mentally walking around right now.
Take your time. This is not one that
And this
comes
is
up
like
frequently.
currently open. Like you looked. This is
I double
real
checked
life.
to make sure that I could make a reservation there, and yes, I could.
I don't know.
So this is the Diamond Horseshoe.
I've never heard of
Apparently, it's over in the Liberty Tree Tavern area.
Yeah.
There was a time, I guess, when it was like overflow for that restaurant where you get like your Thanksgiving food like you do at Liberty Tree Tavern.
Okay. Which is so good, by the way.
Yeah.
That restaurant is yummy.
It was very delicious. If you need a big Thanksgiving meal in the middle of your hot vacation.
Then go ride some rides.
Yep. The Diamond Horseshoe.
I've never heard of this.
Same.
I feel so low.
I know. Now you got to go do some Googles.
Okay.
Okay, now moving to the quick service.
Still at Magic Kingdom?
Still at Magic Kingdom.
Okay.
Roderick M., Fairburn, Georgia. It helps that this terrific hot dog stand is so close to two of my most beloved Magic Kingdom attractions, the Carousel of Progress and Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover. I've never tried Casey's on Main Street, but the hot dogs are out of this world, pardon the pun. For under $10, you get a giant hot dog. I'm not as adventurous when it comes to food as I am on rides, so I stick with the chili dog, hold the cheese, add onions, a pack of potato chips, and a drink. The chili is oh so spicy, without weighing you down and giving you that uncomfortable feeling that may hamper the balance of your day of fun, and the perfect topping for a snappy, erstwhile standard Frank. Warning, eat slow, or you will experience heartburn, LOL. I just want to point out, in case you missed it.
You said it's located between Carousel of Progress and
it's
the People Mover?
It's close to, remember, Roderick, who has stated he's adventurous when it comes to rides, has stated that this is near his most beloved attractions, the Carousel of Progress and the People Mover.
Okay.
Eat slow.
The only quick service I can think of is like Cosmic Rays.
Okay.
I know there's a stand underneath.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of what that's called.
Does it help if I tell you this place is probably most known for their pretzels? I don't know if we've ever been there.
That's the place I was thinking of, but I can't remember what it's called. What's it called?
That is the lunching pad.
The lunching pad. And we did eat there when we went in
2021.
No. We went with Baby Lily.
Oh, okay.
When you guys were riding something, probably Space Mountain, we were sitting there waiting, and we got some food.
Okay.
The lunching pad.
Yep.
Dang it.
Okay, now we're on to Epcot, which I feel like is the hardest because the Epcot has so much food.
Hit me.
Okay. Table service, 3.4. This is from Idalia D in Orlando, Florida.
Okay.
Stop by for lunch after the Guardians of the Galaxy ride preview. We ordered the chicken pot stickers for an appetizer, $8.50 for 4. I wish I would have gotten something else. They were cold, so not very appetizing, although the sauce had good flavor. I don't think I would order this again. For lunch, I had the Kowloon spare ribs, $30. The food came out very quickly. The ribs were so tender they would fall off the bone. You get so much food, you can actually share a plate, which I would do if we go again. My wife had the spicy honey crispy chicken, $23, which I don't think was spicy, but nonetheless, it was so good. I would definitely order next time. Food was plenty good, but you get a lot. 5 stars.
Okay, so I came in real confident and cocky, but in my head, all I had to do was name the pavilion, not the name of the restaurant.
Oh, yeah. No, you gotta name the restaurant.
Are we in the China Pavilion?
I think so, yes.
I feel like it's the restaurant there, and I can't think of what it's called.
Fortunately, that's not gonna be enough to get you a point.
Can I get half a point for being in the right country?
No. But you're right, it is China. The Nine Dragons.
Dang it! That wasn't what I was thinking, but that's the sit down. That's the table service.
Yeah.
Did you say table service?
I did.
The quick service is what I was thinking of anyway. So.
All right, so this is the last one of the game.
I feel like I'm not doing super well.
You are not. You got Animal Kingdom.
Well, that's easy.
And you got one of Hollywood Studios, so you're only got 3.
Okay.
So that means you have to eat at one of these places.
I would eat at Nine Dragons. Not get the pot
I'm gonna
stickers.
make you eat at Catalina Eddie's, and then we're all gonna go home.
Yeah. Thank you. I'll have the ice cream next to Catalina Eddie's.
This is a quick service in Epcot. 3.0, even 3. This is from Belinda L. in Huntington Beach, California. For a visit on June 12th. I'm still working on the photo book for the vacation. I was writing a postcard to send to a girlfriend and had to share our favorite place to get lunch at Epcot whenever we are there, and it would be this place. I always order the shrimp tempura udon. A daughter will usually order the tonkatsu ramen, and another family member will have the chicken cutlet curry. After getting our food, we always enjoy our meal in the serenity and shade of the garden out back. It is a cool respite from the heat of the afternoon sun. We spotted a little lizard on the tree behind us, and on another day observed as a squirrel ate a chicken wing it found. You can hear the beating of the ceremonial drums from the performance. The shrimp tempura udon was of sufficient quality and quantity to satisfy my hungry tummy. It was my first time having the yuzu cheesecake. It had the citrus flavor and probably would have been better if I had had it cold straight from the refrigerator. For those unable to have dairy, be forewarned that the tonkatsu ramen does have dairy. We had to determine this because someone in our group had a dairy allergy. 5 stars.
So we're in Japan.
Correct. This is in Japan.
I don't know the name of the restaurant.
Katsura Grill.
I
So
felt so confident.
yeah, you got cocky.
I know. But I got the countries right. The pavilions.
Of all the food that you've eaten over the years at Disney,
Yes.
what's on your must-eat to have at every trip?
Every park?
No, just like, let's say you get one thing to eat, like on your trip. What's the thing that's like your must-eat? You have one thing at any park. Or
I have to pick just
hotel. One thing.
Just one?
Yes. Oh, wow. I was not expecting this.
How can I just choose one?
Do you know what my one is? It is now.
Is it the lobster roll?
It is not the lobster roll from Columbia Harbor House, that's for sure. Again, we'll talk about that another time.
Okay, you have one thing
My
you have
one
to
thing
get.
now. I love those beach buns from the Cape May breakfast.
I was gonna say mine's probably a Mickey waffle.
Sure.
Like, is it the best thing I will eat there? No, but like I have to eat something Mickey shaped. And so I was gonna say either a Mickey ice cream or a Mickey waffle. Without those, it would feel sad. But like my favorite foods would not be those.
Well, that's a pretty solid segue to my next question, which is, do you want to explain to the people at home, and remember that some people are listening,
Yes.
the concept of an emotional support Mickey sweatshirt?
I would love to. So for those who cannot see, I have a gray sweatshirt with a giant happy Mickey just tapping his foot on the front. And I got this sweatshirt on our
Jollywood trip.
it was our December trip because it was so cold and we were not expecting it. And I thought, am I really going to be that person that wears Disney clothes at home to justify this $60 sweatshirt? And here I am, where every Monday I need Mickey washed and ready to start my work week because he is comforting and cozy and happy, and I have deemed him emotional support Mickey. And so
sometimes you just need Mick to help you get through the day.
And when you live so far from Disney and you don't have your next trip booked, you need to know you're close to the mouse somehow.
But if you do need your next trip booked,
if you do, I'm here, and Liz and I at Mini Vacay would love to help you. Our services are totally free, and we're a lot of fun, and we've got good tips and tricks, and I will not recommend the lobster roll for you. So,
and if you book, you get a $25 gift card.
That's true. Yep.
All right, well, that's going to do it for the show this week. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Make sure you're liking and subscribing and downloading wherever you enjoy this fantastic Disney content.
Also, you're supposed to leave a review.
Ooh,
if you're listening on Spotify or iTunes.
Yeah, and if you don't want to leave a review, just tell a friend to download it. That helps too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to do it for this week.
We'll see you real soon.
And enjoy the ride.